Hello and welcome to my channel. I decided to upload a video for once, and here it is, some shitty rambling about a topic I have no input in. Now, with the preamble out of the way, let's get into the video. So today, I randomly felt like talking about Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Zombies, my thoughts, feelings, and any criticisms I have. So I'm going to break this down into 3 segments. Starting this section off with the maps. I enjoyed both Liberty Falls and Terminus. Liberty Falls' layout feels really good. There are plenty of both open and enclosed spaces within the map, allowing for tense moments where you can be trapped in hallways, while still being able to find plenty of room to deal with the special and elite enemies. The same also applies to Terminus, although I find Terminus has more tight spaces than Liberty Falls, but this is counteracted by the elite enemy of the map, which I will get into soon. Another part of Black Ops 6 Zombies I enjoy is the enemy types. The Manglers and Abominations both returned from Cold War Zombies, which I'm rather happy with as I find them refreshing. A new zombie type for the series is the Amalgam. I find the multiple weak points interesting, and I like their grab attack as it keeps me on my toes. Vermin are a new enemy type, which I also find interesting as their spawn process and lower profiles mix up regular waves. Trials also make a return as SAM Trials, which add an extra side objective to a round for extra loot. Not too much to say, outside of me thinking that they are neat. Another thing that I like is the triple Pack-a-Punch system, alongside the rarity upgrades, as it gives me another goal to work towards in a match, and it means that I don't feel too overpowered or underpowered. Field upgrades are also in the game. I only use Frenzied Guard, and I think it's great. I've heard the others are good, but I can't attest to it myself. Loosely linked to field upgrades is the Augment system, which I think is fantastic and adds a ton of variety to the game. Once again, I think they're neat and have nothing in-depth to say. Next up is weapons and loadouts. The weapons in the game are fun. There are a couple I don't enjoy, but each to their own. Loadouts return, and I like the way they are set up, with your weapon starting at the lowest rarity, incentivizing you to get a war buy or to hit the mystery box for higher rarity weapons. Another short thing I will mention is that the wonder weapons are fun and have their own unique playstyles. I will start at the same place as before, the maps, or should I say map, Liberty Falls. I have mixed feelings on the ambience. The town does feel like a zombie outbreak has occurred, but the bright sunlight detracts from the ambience. I would also like to mention that hearing about Blanchard's favourite egghead for the 100th time is driving me so far up the wall I'm now on the ceiling. Next on the chopping block is the wonder weapon, the DRI-11 Beam Smasher. The old fire is good, but the main beam hits as hard as a boneless 8-year-old. I'm not asking for an insta-kill ray of death, but I don't want this wet noodle of a wonder weapon. Now I like most of the returning enemies, apart from the stupid parasites, who are often more of an annoyance than a threat. I didn't like them in Black Ops 3, I don't like them in Black Ops 6. On a similar train of thought, I'd like to take a moment and agree with the popular opinion of bug rounds taking 12 years and there being 50 manglers by wave 30. I hope they change this, and I hope they do it quickly. Moving on swifter than round 50, I'd like to add a slight tangent of, I like manglers, but please can we get a different special than them for Citadel de Mall. They are getting boring and I would like to mix things up. Now for the big one, Exfil, or as I call it, the biggest piece of dog shit to ever exist. Now with exaggerations aside, to beat the Exfil you practically need a good score streak, like a chopper gunner or mutant injector in multiplayer. And you literally need a good score streak in solo, just for a small XP boost at the end of a match. Exfil is just awful, and keep in mind, most of the time I will exfil using the exit strategy Gobblegum, which reduces the required zombies to actually exfil. A final thing I'll mention is a nitpick, but it's going to go here anyway. I don't like how they set up the zombie crew on Terminus, as it can be a pain to coordinate characters when playing with friends, and impossible in public lobbies. I thought I would tackle the unique experience that is multiplayer in my Black Ops 6 Zombies review. I would get footage of the multiplayer, but it sucks, so I'm not going to. Instead, I'll show footage of other zombie game modes I enjoy. Apparently, all good things come in 3, so I'll start with the maps once again. Most of them are just open spaces with 3 pieces of cover, and that's it. The one map I do actually like is Skyline, but I have to mar my opinion due to Skyline being a piece of shit sometimes. And I'm only half positive with one map. It feels like they got a blind man to design them, it's just horrendous. The game modes range from god-awful to bearable, and I do not want my best experience to be bearable or tolerable or even just alright. I want it to be fun, not work, because that's what it feels like to play. I'll have friends go, "Hey, you want to play Black Ops 6? My immediate reaction is, I guess I'll play a little. It's just not fun. My previous statement about the weapons still holds up. It's just that some guns are more or less fun in multiplayer. I find most of the operators smug or boring, while the remainder look like they got dressed in the dark. I don't get why anyone plays half of them. It may be a preference thing, but god are they so bland. The Battle Pass is alright. It's a bit scummy that the COD points are now barely enough for the next pass. Now for the context, I am one of the schmucks who did get the Vault Edition, but I'll preface it with the fact that I got it for zombies, as I couldn't give two shits about the multiplayer. Overall, I think the game is good, if you ignore the multiplayer, which I do. I don't play it too often, and that's alright, as I mostly play COD for the zombies. I haven't been with the franchise for as long as many others have, but I think it's good to get your opinions out there. The game will never improve if you don't give feedback, opposed to almost never improving. Now, I'd like to take a moment and thank anyone who made it this far. It means the world to me. And if you enjoyed my ramblings, then give this video a like. And if you want to see more of my once in a blue moon uploads, then subscribe. I hope you all have a great day and an even greater year. Goodbye.
Somebody tell Carver I just won our headshot contest.